Shalom. I'd like to start this lesson by saying Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the hopeful elect pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. This lesson, I'm just going to go into the word experience, and what experience means, and, go into some scriptures, and that's about it. It's not going to be long. Because experience is very important. So I'll go into etymology of the word experience. So experience, late 14th century, observation as a source of knowledge. So observation as a source of knowledge. Actual observation, an event which has affected one, from Old French experience, experiment, proof, experience, 13th century from Latin experientiae, experientiae, a trial, proof, experiment, knowledge gained by repeated trials. That's a very good one. From experimentum, experience, enterprising, active, industrious, present participle, experience, tested, state of having done something and gotten handy at it. Right? Experientiae, Latin, a trial, proof, experiment, knowledge gained by repeated trials, experiment, proof, experience, observation as a source of knowledge. Okay, it's the same thing. Experience, verb, 1530s, to test, try, learn by practical trial or proof. Feel, undergo, first recorded. Also like it, first recorded 1580s. Undergo or live through a difficult experience. It's using the same word. Can't really use that to explain this, the word. Have first-hand knowledge of states, situations, emotions, or sensations. Go through mental or physical states or experiences. Undergo an emotional sensation or be in a particular state of mind. The accumulation of knowledge or skill that results from direct participation in events or activities. Yeah, that's pretty. Like the one that said a trial. Okay, sorry. It's like knowledge gained by repeated trials, right? So experiences like Slovakia, repeated trials over and over again, repetition, right? So go into, no, that's not what I want to go into yet. Experience. So we're going to go into Romans 5 and 4, actually 5 and 3. Romans 5 and 3. And not only so, actually, let's read from 1. Romans 5 and 1. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with Yahweh through our Lord, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, by whom also we have access by faith into the grace wherein we stand, and rejoice in hope of the glory of Yahweh. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulations work patience. Yes, we do glory in tribulations. When we're going through it, we don't get mad. Like you might go and you get your emotions a little bit, a little bit. You're still in the flesh, but you come back out of it and you're like, yeah, this is good. Kal Halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because like I'm going through it because he's putting me through the fire, right? He's testing me, right? And as you go into the word, experience, observation as a source of knowledge, experiment, proof, experience. I mean, experiment is a test. when you do an experiment, like if you ever did chemistry, when you put things together, you're making an experiment. So you're testing these compounds out to see what happens. So he's putting you through a test, an experiment. He's seeing what's going to happen here, right? There was also another explanation. Okay, right here. Have first-hand knowledge of states, situations, emotions, or sensations. Right? Go through mental or physical states. Undergo an emotional sensation or be in a particular state of mind. Right. So right here, and not only but we glory in tribulations, also knowing that tribulation work in patience. Right? Because during that time when you're going through the tribulations, it's working your patience emotionally, physically, spiritually. You're being worked. Your patience is being worked. And a lot of times in those tribulations, when you go under those tribulations, those tests, you get tempted, right? You're being tempted on your patience, right? On those categories, your physical aspect, and your mental aspect, and your spiritual aspect, right? But you have to have patience. It's working on your patience. You're building your patience to endure or right undergo an emotional sensation, right? Undergo it, right? And the result, as I keep reading, knowing that tribulation work with patience and patience experience. So the patience that you're going through, as you build the patience, you gain experience through it. You gain experience, which, as we can see, experience the accumulation of knowledge or skill that results from direct participation in events or activities. Right. So this is an event you're going through. A tribulation is an event. Right. As you go into that experience, right, and patience, experience hope. Right. Because through that experience, you gain knowledge. Right. Accumulation of knowledge. So you obtain knowledge through that experience, which you obtain hope because now you're wiser, you understand more. So now you just have hope, right? And faith, because faith is given. That's a gift, right? So we can go back. We're gonna go to Ecclesiastes 1, read from 14. Let's read from 13. Ecclesiastes 1 and 13. And I gave my heart or mind to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under the heaven. The sore travail hath Yahweh given to the sons of man to be exercised therewith. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun. So you've seen everything that's done under the sun. And behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirits. All is vanity, all is vain, all is void, all is carnal, right? And all of this is vex the spirit because it's just all wicked. It's all carnal things, right? In this world that we're in. That which is crooked cannot be made straight. So that someone that's just crooked or wrong or wicked or evil cannot make them straight, no matter what. You can't do it, right? And that which is wanting cannot be numbered, right? I commune with my own mind, saying, Lo, I come to great estate and have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart or my mind had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. Right? It's because he went and searched. So he searched all the works. So he went through the numbers. He experienced everything. Right? And my heart, my mind had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. And I gave my heart, my mind to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is vexation of spirit. Yep. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increases knowledge increases sorrow. Right? But he had to go through the experience to accumulate all that knowledge and wisdom and understanding. Because now he understands. Right? Because experience is just not, it's mental, it's physical, and it's spiritual. It's all the avenues. Uh, Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 8. If a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old, and conjureth aright what is to come. She knoweth the subtleties of speeches, and can expound dark sentences. She foreseeth signs and wonders, and the events of seasons and times. Right? A foolish man's foot is soon in his neighbor's house, but a man of experience is ashamed of him. Yeah, right. So the opposite of experience is foolishness. Ecclesiasticus 12:25 and 6. Much experience is the crown of old men, and the fear of Yahweh is their glory. Yeah, because old men, wise men, usually an indicator of someone that's wise, like so especially an old man, is their gray hairs. Right? That means like, oh, that man's wise. Right? That's why he has a lot of wisdom. He's gone through a lot. He has a lot of experience because he's old, right? So he's experienced a lot in his life. He has accumulated a lot of information, a lot of knowledge because of his experience. So he has to be wise, right? So he understands a lot. That's basically how an indicator was of someone that's of much wisdom. Yeah, now it's a little different. Like just because someone's old doesn't mean that they're wise. I mean they've experienced a lot. Doesn't necessarily mean they're wise. You know, because I've encountered people that are older than me. In the world, they're way older than me, but they're not that wise. They have a lot of information, but they don't use it. And it's crazy. They just keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again, over and over and over again. They haven't learned from their experiences. Um, Ecclesiasticus 34 and 10. He that hath no experience knoweth little, but he that hath traveled is full of prudence. Right? Ecclesiasticus 34 and 9. A man that hath traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. Yeah. He that hath much experience will declare wisdom. You'll talk wisdom. Right? Ecclesiastes 36 and 20. A froward heart causeth heaviness, but a man of experience will recompense him. Right? Let's just go back to the word. Experience, undergo. There's accumulation of all these things. Observation as a source of knowledge. So experience is the source of knowledge. So, if you, I like to say, like, first of all, you have the apostles. Apostles, they've experienced a lot. More than I can even fathom or imagine. They experienced a lot. And they, it talks about what's coming when it comes to the prophecies, the mark of the beast, the chip. They're already here. These are men of great wisdom, great experience, right? Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But they wouldn't accumulate all that stuff if they didn't go through that experience. The Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, didn't put them through those trials and tribulations, right? They wouldn't have experienced all that stuff to obtain that knowledge, right? That's why when you're going through something, you're going through tribulations, like, don't get upset. I mean, you're gonna get upset, but don't stay in that emotion, right? Because this is a good thing. You have a chance to obtain knowledge here from this experience that you're going through, which will make you wise, and then eventually you understand why you went through that, right? Because there's a reason why you went through it. Maybe you made a mistake. Maybe it's for you to grow in your spirit. Maybe it's something about your personality, impurity you need to get rid of, whatever it is, right? There's a reason why you went through it, right? And we have examples in the scriptures to tell us what not to do, because these are all written. This is their experiences that are written down. They've already experienced this stuff. So I mean, if you have these experiences there and you're reading it and you choose not to listen, well, I mean, things are gonna happen. Maybe you have to learn it the hard way. Maybe you have to go through it yourself. Some people have to go through themselves. Some people can read it and just listen to it and just not do what do the right thing off of that. Everyone's different. Every spirit's different. Every lot's different. Um, you know, the main thing is that when you're going through something, don't get upset and down and be like, well, why am I going through this? Why I'm going through this? You know, figure out why you're going through it. True, but understand that you're just here to gain an experience. So you need to understand what am I supposed to get from this experience? What knowledge am I supposed to obtain here? Right, and then obtain that knowledge. And now you're wise because you have the wisdom. You're like, okay, right, and then you finally understand why you went through that. Right, but and as we're coming to the end, with the chip being, it's almost been, the last thing is for it to be mandated because it's already around the world. In Switzerland, they're already chipped there. You have to, the scriptures say that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding will be the stability of that time. So, like, you have to gain as much as you can from these experiences. Gain as much as you can. You have to understand this is a spiritual thing. It's not carnal. Because if you think in carnalities, you're gonna miss all the information that's being given to you through that experience, through that tribulation that you're going through. You need to have your spiritual eyes open, our full lenses open, full view, so you can see everything, so you can obtain everything you need to obtain from it, right? Because it's coming. We're almost there, right? Anyways, that's it on that. I hope that this lesson was edifying. I'll close out by saying, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone, and to the hopeful elect pushing his word and truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Death and destruction to his wicked kingdom, and the 2/3 as well. Kwam Yasharala, Abal Dabal, Shalom.